welcome to another edition of Health Matters. My name is Anna Marie Sinatra from Sinatra Solutions, a coaching, consulting, and training firm, and the host of Health Matters. And you know, I always say I'm so excited, because I always am, but I'm really excited today. Wait till you see who I have with me. You are going to love this program. Your joy meter is going to bounce about 20 degrees higher than it already is. And before we get started, you know where I'm going to send you to, our sponsors who help make this program stay on the air.
Dent Neurologic Institute is proud to support Health Matters. Dent Neurologic Institute offers neurologic education, state-of-the-art diagnostics, and cutting-edge clinical research. If you or someone you know is looking for more information, visit our website at dentinstitute.com.
I'm Dr. John Ziliox. I'm a chiropractor and New York State board-certified nutritionist and dietitian who's happy to sponsor Health Matters. Together, we are informing the people of Western New York on how to improve their life both physically, nutritionally, and emotionally. Don't spend the last years of your life in a disability zone. Wellness is your best health insurance.
Hi, I'm Kim.
I'm Mitch from Pure Life Energy Saunas.
And together we are proud sponsors of Health Matters, a program that educates the community on how to be healthy, mind, body, and spirit. So follow us, because your health matters.
Okay, now I told you I hope you have your pens and papers ready, because this is so exciting. Exciting, exciting, exciting. I have sitting next to me Adam Page, who is the two-time gold medalist at the Paralympic Winter Games, the U.S. National Sled Hockey Team. Did I say all that right?
Yeah. You did.
Oh,
Yeah.
awesome,
Yeah.
awesome. I'm just so thrilled to have you here and to be able to talk with you. You know, I told you earlier that I did my homework. There's like so much I want to say about you, but I also want to introduce your dad too, Norm.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Nice to be here.
It's so much. Thank you for being here, and it's so so great to have you here and share some of your story with us. So, you want to tell us a little bit about yourself?
Yeah. I was born with spina bifida and also hydrocephalus, and you know, I grew up, you know, loving sports, and you know, did all of these adaptive sports growing up, and you know, nothing kind of really sparked my interest until I found hockey, and I went to my first Sabres game when I was 3 years old with my dad.
Wow.
And you know, and just loved watching it. And you know, obviously with the disability that I have, spina bifida, where I'm actually paralyzed from the knees down, and I walk with crutches, so I obviously couldn't play stand-up hockey. So we were fortunate enough that there was a program here in Buffalo that had sled hockey, and I got on the sled for the first time when I was 6, and loved it, and really never looked back. And now I'm here today with 2 gold medals at the Paralympics.
And he brought them here for us to see today too. And Dad, you must be so proud of your son.
Well, I mean, it's been an amazing journey. You know, thinking when he was first born, and you know, some of the things that a lot of the parents out there may have gone through themselves with you know, a child with a disability. But you know, one of the things that we were really concerned with, you know, when Adam was first born, you know, understanding spina bifida. My wife's a nurse, and understanding spina bifida was the real possibility that he would have hydrocephalus as well. And so as it turned out, about a week after he was born, it's basically a water buildup on the brain, and that's exactly what happened. And you know, Adam will talk a little bit more about that, but you know, they had to put a shunt in, and which drains the fluid from the brain and allows him to lead a normal life, and then obviously an exceptional life.
Exceptionally, this is not a normal life.
He's out there in the ice.
Let's get this straight right here. This is not a normal life, because not everybody's walking around with gold medals, and not every father is trying to build what we were talking about in the green room, the boxes to display all of the awards. Would I say it right? Awards or accomplishments?
Gold medals, or
The gold
Yeah.
medals.
Yep.
Well, I said the Sochi. You just most recently at Sochi, and then 4-time international okay, help me.
Paralympic.
Yeah.
Paralympic Committee, I sled. Oh, I said that already, so I should be good with that. 4-time, what's IPC World Sledge Hockey Challenge?
It's the IPC stands for International Paralympic Committee. So it's like the governing body for the Paralympic sport.
And you got the gold there too, and a silver, I see, and a bronze, different years, of course. And then Japan, 2010, the Sled Hockey Championship. I'm getting too excited reading all of this. There are just so many of these, so I can imagine. Are you getting like a second job just to build all these? You told me they were a little expensive. That guy's got to come down on their price a little.
Yeah, it's an acrylic case, and so we built a little trophy room to put a lot of Adam's stuff, and he's been doing this now this will be his 9th year on the team, and so he's collected a lot of things from all over the world, and so we thought, we got to have a room of some sort to bring that out. So this past year we finally did that. We're able to display some of the stuff. So
that's pretty neat. That's pretty neat. Nick, you'll have to send us pictures so we can put that up, or we'll follow you on Facebook.
Yep.
We can follow you on Facebook. I think you're going to need your own website pretty soon too. What I want to say too is that I have a lot of friends and some family with disabilities, and not everybody takes it to this level or even anywhere close. We're all dealt with our assets, our liabilities, and what we do with them. I talk about that on this program all the time. People will write in and talk about they're depressed about either a health issue, whether it even be emotional too, but to take what was dealt to you for whatever reason and do what you did is just so encouraging. So I'm wondering if you could speak a little bit before we get into the organization and why you're here too. Speak a little bit to people who are watching today. What made you be who you are? What helped you to be so?
Really, I just think that once I found out that there was a U.S. national team, it's anybody's dream to want to play for their country, and that's in sports. So I think once I found that out when I was like 12 or 13, that there was a national team, obviously I wanted to try to make it to the highest level I can get at, and it was just something in me, like the drive that I had in me to want to do that. I mean, there's some kids with disabilities that just want to go out and do it for recreational things, and then there's a really competitive part to it too. So it's really just a sport for anybody that wants to play, that has a disability. So as long as it's just to get along with other people that have the same disability, or to be with people just like themselves, or to try to play for their country at some point.
Wow, that's pretty amazing. Pretty amazing. Well, I hope that people who are watching today get encouraged. Whatever it is that you have, we all have challenges in life, and you see, Adam has one of the biggest challenges in what you've done with yours. And I'll bet Mom and Dad had a big part in this too.
Well, I think a lot of it was Adam, and it was his dream, and we were fortunate as parents to find something that he really truly loved, and so I think that made it easy for us. We saw the love he had. I remember when he was 3 years old, like Adam said, and we took him to that first Sabres game, and he was so inspired by watching hockey and asking questions at 3 years old, and he was very fortunate to find the love of his life at an early age.
That's what it is, what you're passionate about, what you love.
Yeah.
And so now you've done all these amazing things, and you're giving back to the community. I think we were just talking about you were there for the Ride for Roswell.
Yep.
And you're here today. You're going to talk, we have more guests coming on in a little bit too, to talk about the Hydrocephalus walk that's right here. You've done things with National, right?
Yep. I actually you know, kind of got into a little bit of a public speaking role in the past few years, just with everything that's gone on with hockey. It's kind of given me another avenue to go and, you know, and to try to give back and help others. So I actually got asked to go to Portland, Oregon last year, I think it was, and for their national conference for Hydrocephalus, and kind of went up there and told my story and talked to the group up there. So I mean, that's kind of how I got into you know, the Hydrocephalus Association and with the national program as well, and why I'm here today. So.
And this year you are the honorary chair of the walk that is coming up in September. We're going to tell you more about that. We've got lots of information for you. And so you'll be there that day too?
Yeah.
Oh,
yep.
awesome.
I'm really looking forward to it. You know, obviously, you know, it being here in our area and kind of just giving awareness to people in our area about hydrocephalus and you know, just glad that I could be a part of it. So.
Because there is so much, there's so much. I really encourage people to go to your Facebook page, to go to the page that you're going to see at the bottom of the screen for hydrocephalus, as well as the website, because there's a distinction between being born with it and then the onset of it, how much it's misdiagnosed with a lot of elderly patients when they think they have Alzheimer's. There's so much about this this situation that I'm thinking that they don't even know all the answers yet. And that's what this program is about, is to bring you this information to help to raise awareness about it, so this way.
Yeah, well, it's, you know, obviously it's something that Adam has been since birth, and, you know, there's so many different, you know, different folks that have it, whether it be from birth or whether it be acquired later on, you know, in life. And I know you're going to meet little Hope here in a little bit and hear her story, and she's just a sweetheart. And, you know, hers was a little different than Adam's. And then, you know, the thing that we've learned, and we've educated ourselves too, I mean, we've always been used to Adam and him having it through spina bifida from the birth defect. But understanding, as you had mentioned, about the misdiagnosis that's going on and in the elderly, and a lot of folks, you know, the families are thinking that it's Alzheimer's, and all as it is it's the water buildup on the brain that causes this. And so many out there that not realizing that all it would take is you know, to diagnose it and then be able to take care of it. There's no cure, but there's things that can be done to alleviate those problems. And we've seen some amazing videos of people who, you know, a week or 2 weeks before they were diagnosed, and then after, seeing such a huge difference in these dramatic difference.
When it's diagnosed appropriately.
Yes.
Well, you have to stay tuned, because we're going to bring up a couple more guests to tell us some more about this and to tell us about the walk, because this is a great opportunity to come out and meet Adam, meet his dad, meet me. I'll be there taking lots of pictures and being excited. And I just want to thank you so much for coming. And do you mind if I ask you if you hold up those medals?
Sure.
Because as we're segueing out of this segment of Health Matters, we want to show off our local guy who we got to get him away from that Health Matters sign. There we go. Thanks again, guys, for coming. And you make sure that you stay tuned, because we've got some more guests, some more information, and your Health Matters tip. Hi folks, this is Anna Marie Sinatra from Sinatra Solutions, coming to you to give you your healthy thinking tip. You know, too often I hear people talk about how depressed they are, how sad they are, and sometimes even how bored they are. And I just want to invite you to consider the possibility of reaching out and helping someone else when you're in need. I know that you will be amazed at how much better you will feel. I promise you that. As we get involved with other people and other organizations, maybe something that we're really passionate about, and we see the struggles of other people, it helps to put our problems into perspective. So if you don't want to be depressed, if you don't want to be bored, and even if you want to grow your business, find an organization that serves people that you're passionate about helping, and get involved and watch the magic happen. Okay, now if you just tuned into Health Matters, you missed Adam Page, and if you don't know who he is, I would be quite surprised. So you want to make sure that you go to YouTube to watch the shows, because you know after I air them on Time Warner, I should say after Time Warner airs them all over Western New York, you can rewatch the shows on YouTube. So, as promised, I have the greatest information for you about an awesome event coming up, and I have the co-chairs sitting right next to me, Larry McKenzie, Kelly McKenzie, and a very special guest named
Hope Zintera.
Hope Zintera. Hi, Hope. Welcome to Health Matters.
Thank you.
You're going to have to turn your sound up just a little louder to hear that. She's just the sweetest little girl. Oh, you're so welcome, honey. And Larry, we've been friends on Facebook for a while. I know that you're the president and the CEO of Uptown Entertainment and Events. You want to tell me a little bit about that, what you do?
Basically, I've been in the entertainment business for about 30 years and started out as a DJ, and from there progressed into doing educational and themed game shows and fantasy casinos within the college and corporate market. And we also do red carpet photos and photo booths. So we do a lot of event planning and things within the Western New York and all throughout the Northeast.
And I know that if people are interested, they could follow you on Facebook, because I'm following you on Facebook.
Yes, I'm quite active on Facebook, yes.
Isn't it a great tool?
Very much so.
Oh my goodness,
Very
you
much
want to
so.
know what's going on not only in Western New York, but the whole world just turned into some social media, especially Facebook. I talk about it so much, I say, you think I had stock in it. Maybe I should have stock in it. So you are the co-chair of the Western New York Hydrocephalus Association Walk. And you're the co-chair, but you're going to tell us about who actually started it in the first year.
Yes, this is our third year for the Western New York Hydrocephalus Walk. The walk was started 3 years ago by our co-chair, Stacy Monaco. And last year, my daughter Kelly and I joined in, and the three of us now are the co-chairs. And this year, Adam has so graciously, him and his family, come on to be our honorary chair for this year to assist with the walk.
I know that's really exciting. And again,
Yes.
if you missed the first part of this program, make sure you get yourself over to YouTube to watch it in its entirety. So why don't you tell us a little bit about the disease and how it affected your family, and Hope, who looks like a wonderful bouncing 4-year-old big girl, I should say.
Yes.
Well, basically, the misconception with a lot of people too is that hydrocephalus is actually a condition, not as much a disease. It is something that there is no cure for, and the only treatment is something that was developed back in, or the most common treatment is inserting a shunt, which relieves the pressure from the fluid buildup within the brain. And Kelly can tell you a little bit more about Hope and her story, which is a little bit different than with Adam's story.
Hope actually has what's called acquired hydrocephalus. She was not born with it. At 10 weeks of age, she acquired hydrocephalus due to a cardiac arrest that she went into when she was 4 weeks old, and she had a blockage in her brain. So she acquired hydrocephalus at 10 weeks of age and had a right VP shunt put in that drains the excess fluid from her brain into her abdomen.
Wow. And how do you feel about us talking about you? You're like the star today. And can I tell you again, you're just like one of the cutest little girls I've ever seen. And the sweetest too.
And Hope just celebrated her birthday on July 8th. Her and her twin sister Cassidy.
Ah, do you want to say hi to Cassidy? You could look in that mirror and say, hi, Cassidy.
Say hi, Cassidy.
Give her a wave. Say hi, Cassidy.
Hi, Cassie.
So tell us a little bit about the walk, what we can expect that day. We know that this is really fun. I don't see too many things happening at our wonderful Beaver Island State Park. That is such a beautiful park. And
Very
I guess I'm in the Southtown, so I don't get out there too much. But, and it is on September 19th. The information will come up, and as well as the website, you could register for it. It is a free walk, and it's very informative and educational on that day,
Correct.
too. So tell us about what's going to be going on that day.
Well, on September 19th will be the day of our walk at Beaver Island State Park. This is our second year at Beaver Island, and I think it's going to be our new home for our walk. And we draw people from all over Western New York. We are the only walk currently between here and New York City. So we're trying to actually get the word out to as many people in the Western New York area. September 19th is the day of our walk. The eve prior to our walk, Niagara Falls and the Peace Bridge will both be turning blue for hydrocephalus awareness. September is Hydrocephalus Awareness Month, and there's been a proclamation in honor actually of our past Governor Como, who just passed, and the declaration was being signed into effect for the September that New York State will be recognizing hydrocephalus awareness in the month of September.
Oh, that's wonderful. And let me, before you continue too, for those who are watching, when they do view it on YouTube from all over the world, we're talking about Cuomo Senior.
Yes, correct.
We don't want people to
Cuomo
go, oh my
Senior,
goodness, what happened to Yeah, senior.
Correct. And our walk this year, registration is now open for our walk, and it's a family event. The walk is 100% handicap accessible. We encourage families to come out and join us that day. We have a lot of different activities for the children and for families, and it's a great opportunity too to learn a little bit about hydrocephalus, and also to support our family members that have hydrocephalus, and also get a chance to meet Adam that day. Sabretooth, I understand, is going to be out there also doing a little visit with us. And Kelly, well, there's Hope's ready for one of the things leading up into the walk, we do a lot of activities throughout Western New York to help raise awareness. We've had some partners that have, some companies that have actually allowed us to basically get the word out.
Yes, I've been following you on Facebook. You've been very active leading up to this walk. And what's so beautiful about it is that it is free, but there are also ways for teams to come together, and some prizes if they choose to try to help to raise some funds for this research and for the different things as well.
Did you want to expand on that, though?
Absolutely. The registration is free, and incentive prizes start at $75 and go up from there. There's several different levels, and we ask people to join as an individual, start a team with your friends, family, and if you ask a few friends to help support you for a great cause, usually everyone's more than willing.
And nobody's turned away, because you do. It's beautiful the way you're doing it, because there's a great deal of cost to put on any event.
Absolutely.
So anytime people come together, and I know that people can volunteer for you that day, and you're always welcoming sponsors to come in as well.
Correct.
And I made some notes. Wasn't there a third thing too?
Well, one of the most important things is that our walk, as the other 35 walks that are nationwide, are all run by volunteers such as us who have family members or friends that have hydrocephalus, and are hoping to make a difference and help raise awareness, number one, but also, in the case of like our little granddaughter Hope, a brighter future where that she can have something to look forward to, and hopefully a little something more so than a shunt that was developed over 50 years ago.
Are you kidding?
No, actually,
50 years
this
ago.
is a little picture here of the actual shunt. And basically that is inserted into the brain, which basically drains the fluid This was developed in the 1950s.
Oh my.
And so what we're hoping to do is raise awareness, raise funds. The Hydrocephalus Association is the largest organization within the United States for funding research for hydrocephalus.
Wow.
And that's one of the reasons that we are very adamant about supporting them and hoping that it'll help create a better way of life for our granddaughter and for other families.
Well, you know what, Larry? I know that you guys are going to make a difference. And obviously, research takes money. And doing these kinds of things to raise awareness and to raise funds and to get sponsors so that you can get this information out there is what's needed so we can get some of the cutting edge technology going on here, because there's just we've had so many leaps and bounds with our medical field in so many different ways. So we have to get something better.
Very much so.
Absolutely. Now you're looking at your notes. Tell us some more, a little bit more. We're winding down to the last few minutes. What have we missed that you want to make sure we get in?
One of the things that we want most to get out is the fact that our walk is open to everyone, family members, friends, and what we'd like to do is invite you to come out and support not only our family but all the other families by registering for our walk. Come out that day and just show your support for other people in the community. And Buffalo and the area around here is quite a very supportive group of people with our sports and as such. And what we're looking for too is there's a lot of causes out there. Ours is hydrocephalus with our granddaughter, and that's our passion. We want to invite family members and the community to support and to come on out and join us that day, September 19th at Beaver Island State Park.
And they could register ahead of time to make sure.
Registration is open now, yeah.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
And you know, that was the Health Matters tip that you all heard just a little while ago. You know, when there's just too much need out there, and if we just focus on what's going on in our own life, what is making us sad or depressed, or what disability or whatever the name of it is that we have, the best way to get out of yourself and out of your own worries and troubles is to help someone else. And what better way than to get out at a park, enjoy, get educated, bring your family out, and have a good time and help to raise some funds so that we can get some better treatments for this.
One of the other key points that I'd like to point out too is that with the shunt has a success rate where is more than 50% within the first 2 years either have to have repeated surgeries, and if a family or a younger child reaches 10 years, the success rate of the shunt is less than 70%.
Wow.
So there's been a lot of
change.
family members that have had 80 to 100 surgeries or more because of infections or what have you. So that's why we're hoping to help fund a cure and raise some more awareness.
Well, thank you for sponsoring this program today and for coming on and for bringing hope with us so that we could see that beautiful, smiling, sweet face, as well as you too, Mom.
Thank you.
That's what happens when we're moms. The kids get all the accolades. And thank you, Larry, for bringing Adam and his dad too. It was a wonderful program today. I hope that you've gotten all this information and that I see you out on that park on September 19th.
Hi, I'm Kimberly Will from Mr. Frank's, and I'm a proud sponsor of Health Matters, and I am very motivated and inspired by all of the information that the show offers.
Amherst Laser and Wellness is a proud sponsor of Health Matters. I'm Teresa Horab, registered nurse and owner of Amherst Laser and Wellness. We look forward to moving you in a healthier direction through our laser lipo and nutritional counseling. So follow us and continue to watch Health Matters on your journey to wellness.
We want to thank Marge Reed from the Healing Spa. Marge is an ordained Unity minister. She has her BA in complementary health, and she's joined by her beautiful daughter Gina, who's a registered nurse. Together they bring us the latest technology in stemology,
skin care, stem cell therapy, and holistic modalities for your body, mind, and spirit. Join Marge on Sunday mornings for her 11 a.m. service.